Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your Warder, the Michi Shrine, and today I want to talk about vengeance. Vengeance, vengeance, vengeance. Is it even worth getting at this point? And I gotta be honest with you, the fact that I even have to ask this question is really stupid. But, Dimitri, you might ask, vengeance is the most powerful mechanic in the entire game. Of course it's worth having, especially for any new player. The combination of Raphael, Yom, and Velzard alone, not even including Veldora and Shuna, will basically get you through every single aspect of the game. There's pretty much nothing that can actually beat it, and it's, again, the most powerful mechanic in the game, and it's not even close. Yeah, here's the problem. The developers immediately realized how stupid of a decision it was to implement a mechanic like that, and, in my opinion, there is only one other team in the past, year or so that has been nerfed more than the Vengeance team, or at least try to be nerfed more than the Vengeance team, and weirdly enough, it's the Visions of Coleus team. I don't know why they hate the second anniversary team so much, but you have not been able to use the Visions of Coleus team a single time since their initial meta ended. So whoever is designing the beatdown battles and the content within the game really does not like the Demonesses, I guess. They don't like the Primordials. Maybe they really hate Blanc, Jean, and Violet because you haven't been able to use any of them since. Fucking whatever. But this video isn't about them specifically because Violet and Blanc, you can put them on any blue stacking team and they'll be fine. They eventually have to allow blue orbs to be used again. So, when they do, which will likely be the next meta, they'll be able to actually be used again. The Vengeance team, on the other hand, they can continue to nerf pretty much forever. They don't actually ever have to let you use that team again. Because even while letting you use green orbs, they can just do what they've already done twice now, which is just straight up lock body and spirit changing skills. They can make the enemy not hit you that many times, making Velzard completely useless. Or they can nerf green orbs. At the end of the day, there's a plethora of different ways that they can nerf the Vengeance team, and they have continuously done so since Vengeance came out. So, is Vengeance useful for new players? Yes. If you just downloaded the game a week ago, and you're currently summoning on the Overlord banner, and you pull Raphael, that is a good pull. Quite frankly, that's better than Ainz. It sure as hell is better than Shaltir and Albedo. If you are summoning for Ainz and Rimuru, and you pull Rimuru and Raphael, fucking take the W and get the hell out. But if you've been playing the game for really any length of time, if you've been playing the game for, I want to say 2 months, and you've now beaten Tempered Edge, I don't actually see use for Raphael and Velzard. Because you can't use them in any of the content. They're really good in Valor Cup, I'll give them that. Not ranked Valor Cup, mind you, but normal Valor Cup, I've actually had to force myself to not use them because they make Valor Cup that much more boring. Because you're literally, if you weren't already guaranteed to win every Valor Cup match, you really are with Vengeance. So, they can still see some use, but at the end of the day, you would think that for the most powerful character in the game being Raphael, and the most powerful mechanic in the game being Vengeance, you'd think that it would be more widely usable after month 2 of the game, of your time in the game, and it just simply isn't the case. You just simply cannot use the Vengeance team past the point at which you would beat Tempered Edge. And even then, trying to beat Veldora with the Vengeance team is possible. It is possible. But you're better off just waiting until you get a blue stacking team that can do it, in all honesty. Like, go up to like EX2, EX3 Veldora, but past that point, EX4, EX5 Veldora, you're better off just waiting until you have a blue stacking team that can do it, because while you can do it with the Vengeance team, it's going to take forever, and you're going to need pretty good gear to make sure nobody dies, specifically Raphael. So most of the content can be beaten. There are exceptions. There's exceptions to everything, but realistically, you can still beat it with the Vengeance team. But past that point, I have not been able to use the Vengeance team. I literally haven't. Not in Jubilee. I use it in the Isis Tower, but that you very much could beat all 55 floors of that tower before ever finishing Tempered Edge, so I don't really count that as like later game content. Regular Valor Cup, I don't necessarily count as late game content either. It's something you have to do every season, every month, but again, once you unlock Valor Cup, you're pretty much able to get all the way up to the Master rank. It's not difficult. It's really just a matter of, do you have enough right to fight in order to do it? Which I don't, so fuck me. Now, Ranked Valor Cup is a different story because that's based on how much damage you do, so probably don't want to use the Vengeance team for that, but if you honestly give a shit about Ranked Valor Cup, you either have way too much time on your hands, are a content creator, or are unaware of how garbage the rewards are. I'm two of those three, and I still can't be fucked to do Ranked Valor Cup, so I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think Vengeance is worth having or not. Had I not made this account and started this not this YouTube channel, Jesus, this channel is almost 10 years old. Had I not started this series for Slime on my YouTube channel like a week before the Vengeance team came out, I don't think I'd give a shit about having them now. Like, if I didn't start off with Raphael and Velzard, I don't think I would give a shit about them now. And that's not a good thing, because one of the things that I always want newer players to be mindful of whenever they summon is it does not matter if a unit is going to be useful to you now or later. A unit needs to be useful to you now and later. And what I mean by that is, it's one thing for a unit to be good right now. It's one thing for a unit to be good 6 months from now. It's a whole nother thing for a unit to be good for you now and still just as good for you 6 months from now. And those are the types of characters that newer players should be going after. Characters that are going to be just as useful to you 6 months from now as they are today. And quite frankly, the Vengeance team isn't that. It should be. On paper, that team should still be the best team in the game 6 years from now. But they're going to do everything in their power to just make sure you can't use it. And if they have a single brain cell between the lot of them being the developers, they'll never implement a new Vengeance character or a mechanic like it ever again, because, quite frankly, you'd have to be an idiot to think that was a good idea in the first place. I don't know what the fuck they were smoking when they thought a mechanic like Vengeance would be a good idea in the first place, but they realized real quick after they didn't playtest anything. I'm willing to bet they don't playtest anything. The fucking Overlord team proves that theory. They realized real fucking quick after Vengeance actually came out that, yeah, this mechanic is way too strong. So, it's just not something that's going to be useful to you in the long term, and I don't think, if you're already past the Tempered Edge stage in your account, I would actually not go after the Vengeance characters. Which is crazy to say. I would actually argue that going after Raphael and Velzard is completely pointless if you're already past, like, the Tempered Edge stage. Again, it really shouldn't be like that, but I just don't see a world where the Vengeance team is going to be as useful to you later as it is right when you start. Now, if you just so happen to pull them, again, like I mentioned earlier, if you just so happen to pull Raphael while you're summoning on the Overlord units, and this is the first banner you're summoning on, take the W, run through Conquest and Tempered Edge, and then let Raphael sit in your box. Maybe used as a space bench unit if you need some extra defense stats on someone, but it's honestly a shame because, again, with a mechanic that strong, you'd expect it to be good in later game content. You'd expect it, honestly, to be built more for later game content, when in reality, it just makes early game content way too easy, and then, honestly, not fun, and then you literally just can't use it later, so. That's my opinion on the whole Vengeance matter. If you think I'm wrong and you think Vengeance is still worth having even after the initial stages of the game, let me know why in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. All the links you could ever want are in the description down below, and I will see all of you inmates back here at the Asylum for the next video. Peace.